And look, today I want to be talking about what Trump is doing with the White House. It's pretty much every single day that there is more bullish crypto news coming out of DC. It actually boggles my mind what's going on. And the SEC has come out and basically trying to make everything super compliant. The Genius Act was passed, which made stablecoins legal. The Markets Practice Act is now in the Congress. It's going to be sent to the Senate soon. And there's just more and more legislation that's making this easier and easier. At the same time, we've got crypto companies going public. So one of the investments we made was in a fund called 1RT. They just took Circle, the stablecoin issuer, public. At one point, it was up 10x. That's not a crypto. That was a stock on the New York Stock Exchange. All right. That's how big this is. Some people say that stablecoins are the Chat GPT moment for crypto. What does that mean? It's the moment when everyone realized, oh my gosh, this is going to change the world. Now, currently, I think we got about $300 billion of stable coins. The US government is estimating that's going to be at 2 trillion sometime in the next couple of years. So this is exploding. Of course, stable coins are going to be run on Ethereum rails, and that's why everybody is acquiring Ethereum right now. And there's Ethereum treasury companies, and everyone is buying this asset. There's some of these treasury companies have billions and billions of dollars worth of ETH. And this is going to power the next financial revolution. And we're really pumped about that. So today, I want to talk about what Trump is mentioning, what's going on with the ETFs, and also what the future lies. Also want to show you some of the companies we're investing in behind the scenes. We're obviously teaching our 4-week crypto course, but we've also got our investment club where we've made over 100 investments with some massive gains. And we believe the next 60 days, everything is going to go absolutely parabolic. And so you want to make sure you're invested. If you're not, you're just going to sit on the sidelines and watch the greatest show in the world, and you're not going to be able to reap any rewards. It would be crazy to me that you were in the right place at the right time with the right thesis, and yet you didn't make any money. Like, that's crazy. And you can tell your grandkids that story, and they'll be like, yeah, grandpa, sure, I heard that one before. Or since you're here, you can get some money on the table and invest and get some crazy gains. It's actually not too late. That's the crazy part about it. So, folks, I'm going to get things started here. Make sure you turn your camera on, or Martini might throw you out. And shout out to everybody here from the Crypto and DeFi Academy and a bunch of people joining as well. I'm going to go ahead and pop open this headline here. This thing is hot off the presses. I was literally cooking this thing up this morning because, quite frankly, the news just constantly changes. And you got to stay on top of it. Trump is constantly tweeting about crypto. And again, I'm not complaining, because under the Biden administration, people were going to jail because of crypto, and now everything's changed. So can everyone see this headline here? These two good-looking guys here that love crypto. Can you see that? Sudana and Jay Scott and Connie, nice to see you. And we got John and Christopher, fantastic. So Trump is pushing Bitcoin and crypto to this monstrous ETF price earthquake. As you know, the Bitcoin ETF has been around for about 19 months at this point. The Ethereum ETF started off really slow, but then I think it had 6 weeks of daily nonstop gains. Now, Ethereum is the new Bitcoin. That's a quote from Tom Lee, one of the greatest analysts on the street. And he just started an Ethereum treasury company. They actually have more Ethereum than anyone else, including Joe Lubin, one of the founders of Ethereum, who's buying his Ethereum from the Ethereum Foundation. That's a lot of Ethereums. And so these guys are literally amassing billions, and there's no surprise that the price is going up, and it's going to keep going up. Now, we had a little wobble on Friday because the tariffs got enacted on India and Switzerland and blah, blah, blah. But the markets were back yesterday, and they're going to rally through this. This is what they do. And when that happens, crypto will go to an all-time high. Are you ready? That's the question. We're coming to the end of the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, and that happens before Thanksgiving in America, which is basically 3 months away. Are you invested? Can you take advantage? I really hope you are. Look, before we get started, I just want to say this presentation, it's for information purposes only, not intended to be investment advice. If you are looking for that, please go find a professional. I also want to give you this free gift, which is module 1 of our super premium program called the Investment Club. This is going to show you how startups raise money on the blockchain. If you're watching this later, you can go to londonreal.tv/download. But actually, if you're here now, I'm going to send it to you on Zoom through the modern powers of technology. Get ready for this. Can everyone check your chat on Zoom? Check it out, Jay Scott, because I'm about to send you a file here. I know it looks like magic, but it's not. It's just the internet. And stay with me here. I'm just going to find this thing. Okay, boom. Here this goes over to you. Going. Okay, good. Can everyone hit reply on there? and just give me a yes. Sudama gave me a finger, but can you just type in yes on that chat and give me a reply? Jay Scott, did you get it? Christopher Cunningham, did you get it? John, did you get it? Just send me a reply. Yes, you might have to actually click on my picture to do it. But that's yours. Please read it later, not while I'm talking, but it'll give you a good idea of how we're making a boatload of money behind the scenes with these early stage tokens. And again, I also want to give you this free video, which is how to find the hottest crypto pre-sale tokens in 3 easy steps. I got a link to that video at the end of this presentation, and I'll give that to you for free at the end. Folks, we're making a lot of money right now through this concept of pre-sale tokens. What this is, quite frankly, is we secretly buy tokens from the CEOs of the hottest blockchain companies for pennies on the dollar. Then when they go listed on exchanges like Binance and crypto.com and Coinbase, all of a sudden you have millions of new buyers, and typically the price spikes 5x, 10x, 20x, 30x, and you can make a lot of money in that standpoint. Does that make sense to everybody here? Just how that can really spike? That's what we do. So we buy them for pennies on the dollar and then it goes up. A great example of this is a crypto called Solana. How many people have heard of Solana before? Just raise your hand. Paul knows, John knows, Sudana knows, Christopher knows. Yeah, this is only one of the most popular cryptos out there. I think it's top 5. But do you know you could have bought this for 4 pennies on the dollar? It trades now about 180, 200 bucks, 4 pennies on the dollar. Did you know that, John? Sudama, did you know that? Paul, did you know that? Christopher? Well, they don't really want you to know that, because then why would you pay 200? But that's the beauty of pre-sale tokens. And I'll actually give you this specific example later. But here's what would have happened if you had put $1,000 in, Paul. That one investment would be worth $5 million, right? Now, who here could use an extra 5 million right about now? Anybody? Yeah, a lot of people are in. Paul Webb's like, no, Brian, more money, more problems, right? Keep it simple, right, Paul? I hear you, brother, but you can always give it away. But the truth is, 5 million would buy us a lot of freedom right now. And that's what money is to me. Money gives me the freedom so I can choose to live the life I want. Does that sound like a plan for anybody here? Right? That's what we do inside my investment club. I don't think money is the goal. I know a bunch of wealthy people that are miserable, but I think if you use money to give yourself the room to find your purpose and to find something great to give back to humanity, I think everybody wins. That's what we're doing here on the inside. Folks, this is a deal we did recently. Can everyone see that blue circle here on the screen? That's actually, this is a deal. This is a snapshot of one of the term sheets I signed. The purchase amount was $200,000. That's our typical ticket inside the investment club. Can everyone see that red circle here? That's the price we paid per token. So Sudama, you can see that that's 1.25 pennies per token. We actually got those cheaper than the Solana token. Well, what happened? Well, in about 4 hours, that one investment was up 20x, and it made my group a $4 million profit. Pretty impressive stuff. Now, the company was called Skillful AI. It's artificial intelligence on the blockchain. The CEO is a guy named Zoltan here, who you can see with me and also in studio, because the cool thing about what we do here is we don't just write you a check, we give you the best media in the world. And the CEOs love that because it brings them customers, and that's what all CEOs, they want cash flow. And so Zoltan came, did his interview afterwards. He said, Brian, this is going to 100x. Hold on to your tokens. It'll be worth $20 million. That's one deal, folks. We've done over 100 of these deals, right? You can do the math. If each one of those deals did a $20 million profit, that's a $2 billion amount for my group. There's a lot of money here to be made, and it's all very asymmetric. After the interview, Zoltan then said something really weird to me. He said, Brian, I want to join your investment club. And I thought, wow, that's weird. Here he is, one of the most plugged in CEOs, I think would be showered with good deals. But he said, Brian, you see better deal flow than I do because of London Real. Your media platform gets you better deals, cheaper prices, and you get the tokens faster than me. I want in. And I said, okay, look, we're friends, but Martini decides who gets in the club, and she doesn't do discounts, right? And don't waste your time either. And he said, okay, give me your number. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, I don't know what actually happened on those conversations, but he joined as a full-fledged member. So now if you ever join us on those calls on Mondays and Thursdays, and you're welcome to come to some of our pitch calls, it's a bit like Shark Tank. It's a lot of fun. You'll see Zoltan there. He's made about 13 investments, and he runs one of our portfolio companies. That's pretty cool, right? Testimonial, right, Sudama? When one of our investees wants to join our club, I think it's a sign we're doing something very, very special here, and we are. This is another deal we did. It's called Shrapnel. It's a video game on the blockchain. It was up 20x in 20 days and made my group a $5 million profit. Here's the CEO with me, Mark Long. He flew in from Seattle to do his interview. This is the Mochaverse, and it's the digital ID system for Animoca Brands, which is the biggest company in blockchain gaming. They actually own 570 blockchain gaming companies. It's actually mind-boggling. And here's the chairman, Yatsu. He's a good friend of mine. And Mochaverse was up 20x so far, and it seems to be going higher every day. We've done about 7 or 8 deals with Yat. He's been on the show about 7 times, and he really is, I believe, the next Elon Musk. Folks, this is Story Protocol. This one is screaming, Martini. As you can see, it actually just got surpassed the Trump coin and just surpassed the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance in valuation. I think it's the 51st largest crypto out there. We got in on pennies on the dollar, and it's up 22x already. And we're really excited about this, and we think it's going to go even higher. It's an intellectual property layer, and one of its big investors is Andreessen Horowitz, which is the biggest in the world. And one of the reasons we continually win is we invest with the big money. Folks, this is one of our first meme coins we did called Cats. It was up 14x. And one of our members, Christina, and her mom put 30K in this deal. She woke up to a $420,000 profit. She thought her phone was broken. We assured her it wasn't. And that's just kind of a nice Wednesday to have in your life when you wake up with an extra 400 grand. Who would like that to happen, say, this Wednesday, right? Be a nice thing to happen tomorrow, right? And look, it's not enough maybe to quit your job and, you know, get your Bugatti, but it's a nice way to start your crypto journey. And of course, this is the $1 billion fund we invested in called 1RT. Here's the guy that runs it and trades it named Dan Tapiero. He's the greatest trader I've ever met, and I've met them all. He's invested in some of the biggest companies in the world, including Circle, which recently had its IPO at the New York Stock Exchange. You can see Dan there down with Jeremy Allaire, the founder, and this is already up 4x with us. And we're probably about to invest in Dan's next fund. Folks, what I'd like to share with you now is some of our latest deals. And I'm going to play for you these video trailers. And what you're going to see is 2 things. First, you'll see the deal, and you'll see a bunch of our members talking about it. But the cool thing you're going to see here is you're going to see the format of the call when the CEOs come on and pitch us. Has anybody seen that show Shark Tank before? Anybody seen that? John Massey, Christopher? Yeah, basically the entrepreneurs come in, they pitch, there's a bunch of sharks, and they say yes or no. Our show is better. You know, we're more fun. We dress better than those bozos. And we write bigger checks is what we do. But that's what we do in our spare time. And I want to show you some of the deals that we're actually working on right now. One of them is called OneFootball. And when I'm talking about football, I'm actually talking to the Europeans that might know it as soccer. This is a massive company with 30 million registered users that are now going on the blockchain. We see this as one of the most exciting opportunities out there, and we're pumped to really be a part of it. This is OneFootball. This could easily be a multi-billion-dollar token.
It's just absolutely crazy.
It's better than anything I've seen.
It's a great opportunity.
I definitely would like to invest in this one.
OneFootball is the giant in the football space. We connect the industry with fans. We talk about 30 million users that are logged into OneFootball. 200 million users we reach with our content experience, our video network. That makes us the biggest data provider and data owner in the football space. Every blue chip football club like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, PSG are shareholders in OneFootball, which gives us unique access to these clubs, but also unique insights of what the clubs are looking for. We are streaming roughly 8,000 to 9,000 football matches a season. We are, I would say, one of the biggest football streamer on the planet. We are not looking for short-term gains or anything. For us, it's really long-term.
Why take this beautiful business and screw it all up with a token?
And the answer is simple. It's the user data. Fan identity is for us the next level, and the token is a tool for us. We are in a brilliant position to leverage that fan data and Web3 product in the future with the Fan Identity project.
2 thumbs up if you love this project, 2 from Marco, 2 from Nicole, 2 for Hausler, 2 for Todd. So it looks like 100% thumbs up.
It is a great opportunity for people to move from Web 2 to Web 3.
By just looking at their app, it's mind-boggling. It's amazing.
They've been in business for a while and they have a good thing going. I felt like they were upfront about things. I felt like they were people that you could trust.
They're definitely thinking about the community and doing this methodically. I love everything that they're doing. They're doing a great job. I really love this project.
For me, it's 50 million. That's the number that just sells this, that valuation. It's just got a ton of upside. Could it go to 500 million? Could it go to $1 billion? Easily. Could it go to 2 billion? That's 20x, 40x. That's like real money. All right, what do you think? Pretty cool, right? This is very different than a lot of things we see in blockchain where they create the product and they have to go find the customers. These guys have 30 million customers. They've been running this app and this entire company for 10 years. And now they're bringing it to the blockchain at a 50 mil val. It's so cheap. The company's probably worth $1 billion. And you could argue that probably the token will equate to that. That's a 20x there. And they're pretty much the company when it comes to football. So we love that. There's not much allocation left, but actually anybody joining now can actually get a piece of that thing. The next deal I want to show you is something called Crypto Nights. It's actually really close to the Shark Tank of crypto. These guys already have a season 1 on Amazon Prime. You can go watch it right now. It's got these nights, which are like the sharks that actually write checks to people. And we've actually know about 3 out of the 6 nights that have been on the show, and we've done collaborations with. When we get in on this company, we actually get tokens of all the companies that pitch on their show. So it's an incredible way to just get in on the best of the best. This is Crypto Nights.
It looks like a very good project.
Production value is really high.
We've never seen anything like it.
There's a lot of opportunity here.
Crypto Nights is not just a TV show, it is a complete ecosystem. Some people call it the Shark Tank for crypto. Projects from across the globe come and pitch to a very elite set of investors. We're an Emmy Award nominated production team. I've been in the entertainment business for about 20 years. We started generating revenue even before we started filming season 1. We generated $4.9 million worth of token revenue. In season 2, we are anticipating $6 million. Plus, our goal is really to make this a global brand, and we want to lead the space with Crypto Nights.
VC funding for crypto projects is not as robust as it was last year. Is that a challenge for you right now?
From our point of view, that's not a big challenge. Projects need us more now than ever before because we give them access to that capital. Folks like Blue Whale, I think they raised like over $1 million in that one session. So that's where we make that massive difference.
So if I own some Night tokens, I'm owning a small piece of every company that's coming on your program in the future.
That's true, every single company. By simply buying the Crypto Nights token, you could end up owning 100 different tokens.
2 thumbs up if you like this play. Arno's up, Jose 2 up, Christopher is in, Tracy's in, Federica's in, Oliver's in, Trevor's in, Camille's in, KN's in. Dr. Encore, your thoughts?
They've got the media distribution to actually help these projects do well and get the word out.
It has an excellent format. Seems to be very experienced in the media. He understands the crypto market, the crypto environment.
So this is an unusual project. It really is diversifying our portfolio. They already have a proven track record of being profitable in season 1.
I love the idea that it's not only investing in the production company, but also potential to invest in the other projects. I'm really excited about this one.
All right, what do you think? Pretty cool to get in on a company like that. And again, it's like a flywheel because you get the best companies in there. The ones that are in there get millions of dollars of investments from the Nights, and then they go public. You get all those tokens and the Crypto Nights token. And by the way, you can go to Amazon Prime right now, or they call it Prime Video, apparently, and you can watch the first season. Actually, 4 of our portfolio companies actually pitched and got money on that show last year, independently of us investing in them, including Blue Whale AI, which is, I mean, it's going to make us a boatload of money. So definitely check that out. We love these deals. And if you want to come to one of these calls, they're on Mondays and Thursdays, 7 o'clock Monday, 6 p.m. on Thursday. That's UK time. Just send Martini a direct message and you can get access to that. Come see, come check it out. It's a lot of fun. Some of the terminology might go above your head, but actually you'll really start to see where it was something special. Was anybody here on the call? Paul, you were on the call last night, right? How impressive was that guy, right? He's like an MIT Sloan School of Management professor with patents in AI, who's running an AI agent company that might get invested in by Google Ventures. And we get a look at that deal. This guy was impressive, right? I mean, Paul, that was your first call, I think, Paul, but you could tell that guy was something special. And so it just goes to show you, first of all, I think anybody is capable of learning this, and the calls are impressive. And sometimes you just feel like, wow, am I actually here listening to this? am I actually in the room with this kind of great visions? And this guy's already got 50, 100 million bucks to his name from his previous 4 exits. So these guys, you know, this is their multi-billion-dollar play. Like, these aren't a bunch of crypto degen kids that are 24 years old and want to buy their first Bugatti. These are people with legacy plays, and we get to ride along with them for the wins. That's what I love really about what we do. So those are the latest deals, and we always got more coming. But if you want access to those, obviously reach out to Martini, and she can kind of help you with that. Folks, a lot of people ask us, how does London Real pick so many winners? And we thought long and hard about it. How are we consistently making massive amounts of money on these deals? How are we consistently creating huge value for our members? Well, we thought about it and we realized that success is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The truth is, we've been doing this for coming on 5 years. We've been in the trenches when crypto was hot, and quite frankly, when crypto was not. We've been there when Bitcoin was at 116,000. We've been there when Bitcoin was at 16,000. And we rode the wave and never stopped, never missed a call, never missed an investment. And the community has seen us there, and they recognize us as people that are here for the long run. And we've got a huge network, amazing knowledge, an incredible portfolio, and you can get in on all of this at pretty much the best time to join. Folks, a lot of you probably felt like Drake on top and have invested in crypto and lost money. Who here has lost money in crypto? Raise your hand. Come on, be honest. Keep your hand down if you're lying to me. John, Connie. Oh, okay. All right. Look, I think we all have, right? You get onto crypto, you start off, you don't know what to do. You get some hot tip from your 10-year-old son, or you go on crypto Twitter and, look at some influencer with a fake name and a fake picture that pitches you some fake coin, and boom, all of a sudden it's down 50%. And you're like, to hell with this, right? And a lot of people quit. But the truth is there's a whole nother way. This is the future of finance. This is the democratization of money. And there's another way to do it. You can invest alongside me in London Real Ventures for the next 10, 20 years and create massive amounts of wealth. And it's called the Investment Club, folks. This is the solution to your problems with money. Now, I don't know about you, but until I was 30 years old, I struggled with money. American Express had a hitman looking for me. I was a mess, right? And I was always trying to get out of the cycle of poverty. I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I was constantly stressed about money. Has anyone here ever been stressed about money? Raise your hand, right? I think we all been there, right? It's just, it's one of the most uncomfortable feelings. I hate it. And I don't ever want to go back there. What I want to do is create an environment where you don't have to worry about money anymore. And that's what our investment club is. All right. It's the greatest, most successful product we've ever created. We got 150 members there that are changing their life forever. And we finally have a solution to the problem that many, many people struggle with. And I just want you to let you know that we've solved this problem. If you need this problem solved for you, we can help you. It's only available to our London Real family, people that have followed us for the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. And that's the only reason you got invited here, because you've watched hours and hours of our content. And we want like-minded people to come on this journey with us. If this sounds interesting, the only way to join is to talk to Martini. She makes the call. She selects everybody personally to get in this club, because we can't have one bad apple ruin the bunch. And so, but if this is something that you're serious about, then book a call with Martini. Just make sure that you're looking to join now, not next week, not next month, because she's really busy. We've got a lot of interest coming out of the Middle East and actually the West Coast of the United States of people that want to join, and they see our track record, and for them, it's a no-brainer. But if you're interested, book a call with her and have that conversation. Folks, we also got our 4-week crypto course, and there's actually still a couple days left to join here. It really is me unlocking this $9 trillion that's available in this space. It's 4 weeks, 4 modules. It's invitation only, and it's 8 hours of live calls with me. We got an online learning platform. We got a triple-tiered accountability system, so you actually have to do the work. Dedicated coaches and team leaders, and even a private group for posting assignments. We go through week 1, the entire history of Bitcoin. You read the white paper, learn about Ethereum stablecoins. Week 2, you're going to get your hot wallets, your cold wallets. You're going to get set up on exchanges. You do your first DeFi trade, which is unheard of, really. Week 3, we go deeper into decentralized finance. And week 4, we show you how to manage that portfolio and make massive gains. I take all my 15 years of Wall Street, I put it into this program. It's incredible. We've graduated thousands of students that have gone on to make millions and millions of dollars. And of course, it's available right now. You can actually jump in on this course with a bunch of amazing people. We've discounted the price by 60% to $9.99. And you're actually pre-approved to join us if you're on this call at londonreal.tv/buy. Got an amazing group. Folks, and it's funny, Martini, I was texting some people and they said, oh, I'll do it next class. I'm like, bro, the next class Bitcoin could be at 50,000. Like, what are you kidding? Fortune favors the brave. And part of me just says, you know what? Maybe you don't deserve the wealth. There's that saying in crypto, Martini, or the saying in Bitcoin, everybody buys Bitcoin for the price they deserve. Has anyone heard that? John, you heard that? Raise your hand if you know what that means. Anyone know what that means? You get Bitcoin at the price you deserve. So if you bought Bitcoin at $100 like I did back in 2013, I deserve that because I pulled the trigger back then and you didn't, right? I know some people that bought Bitcoin at $10,000. They deserve that price, right? Some people are going to buy Bitcoin for the first time at $1 million each, John. And that's the price they deserve because they lived in their fears and their head for too long. And they passed up in the middle of the greatest bull market ever. So when I get texts, I'm like, I guess you're one of those people that deserves to buy $10 million Bitcoin. And hell, even then is probably a good buy because it's going up from there. My point is that you're going to have to, at some point, stop and pull the trigger and do this. Might as well do it sooner. And of course, here's my 8-step trading checklist that we share with people in the course. Take a screenshot of that if you want. It's my gift to you. Go through every one of these steps before you make a trade. You'll save tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions and millions of dollars. Folks, this is the big news. Bitcoin and crypto are quietly braced for what we're calling a monstrous BlackRock ETF price earthquake. There are so many flows going in and out right now, not just to the Bitcoin ETF, but also to the Ethereum ETF. And the really big news at the bottom of this article is the legendary billionaire investor named Ray Dalio. All right. He changed the game by introducing a concept called a diversified portfolio about 30, 40 years ago. I learned about this when I was at MIT. And the concept is this: if you have a diversified assets in your portfolio, you're always going to make more money over time. Does that make sense to everybody here? Has anyone ever heard of this concept? John, have you heard of this? A diversified portfolio. So you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Even if you think NVIDIA is going to 8 trillion from 4 trillion, you don't put everything in NVIDIA. You put them into uncorrelated assets. So not two tech stocks, they're correlated. Not two cryptos, they're correlated. But you put them into commodities, into bonds, into stocks, into crypto. And that over time gives you a greater return. It's actually a mathematical fact. Ray Dalio recently recommended 15% of your portfolio in Bitcoin and gold. 15. That's incredible. Before that, people were saying 2% in Bitcoin. And it's incredible to see an older guy, an OG in the space, saying that there should be that much crypto out there and everybody's piling in. Of course, we recently saw Bitcoin smash to 120K, went to 123K. We're going to hit all-time high in August and September and October and November. So when do you want to buy it, now or at the next all-time high? It's really up to you. And of course, Trump Media just bought $2 billion in Bitcoin for their treasury. And now we've heard of this infinite money glitch, which are these treasury companies that are amassing chunks of Bitcoin. I've now seen Ethereum. Martini, every day I see a new one. Binance Smart Chain I've seen. Hyperliquid people are buying. Solana people are buying. I can't even mention some of the coins because I'm under an NDA. But some of these are going crazy right now. And they're just spiking up the price of all of these cryptos. And of course, this is the financial engineering called a flywheel effect, where you buy Bitcoin on your public company, you use those profits to buy more Bitcoin, and it just keeps going. Of course, now people are calling for 150K Bitcoin soon, and Standard Chartered Bank is calling for $500,000 Bitcoin. Crazy. And now we've heard that a new wave or a $15 trillion earthquake is heading straight for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And you really want to be a part of it. Now, of course, a lot of you know I ran to be mayor of London on a pro freedom of speech and pro crypto platform. I actually asked for all the voting to be on the blockchain, the budget to be on the blockchain, and the creation of the London coin. I wanted to put 100 pounds of crypto into the wallet of every man, woman, and child. Now, they weren't ready for me, John. They weren't ready for me, Christopher. So I'm just going to make you guys rich instead. Does that sound good to everybody here? Come on, why not, right? You guys deserve it. So that's what I'm doing. And that's why I spend 6 months of the year in Dubai, because it's the center of crypto. I'm meeting the people that will bring me the deals that will make you millions of dollars. Now, this is Dr. Marwan El-Zaruni. He runs the Dubai Blockchain Center. Incredible plugged in guy. This is Uni Wong. She's a massive crypto influencer. One tweet from her can really move crypto. This is Carl Moon. He was working as a grocery store clerk in Stockholm, Sweden a few years ago, and now he's a crypto billionaire. So don't give me your excuses, Christopher and Paul and Connie. Don't tell me that you're not ready, because guys like him and Chris Crypto, he was driving a taxi in Germany a few years ago, and now he's a Bitcoin billionaire. So don't tell me that you don't have enough money. Don't tell me you don't have the right job. Don't tell me you're too busy, because these guys made it happen, and I guarantee they're in worse situations than you. Folks, right now, we're investing over $5 million into 15 different blockchain and AI deals this quarter. I tell you that because we know everything that's going on. I mean, last night, I think Paul saw me talk to the CEO, right, Paul? The guy's plugged in. He's a Sloan School grad. I'm like, what blockchain you investing on? He's like, Polygon. You saw me roll my eyes. I was like, what, are you kidding me? I know the hottest blockchains because we talked to 200 of the best CEOs out there. And I told them it's Base or Solana, or you're going to get laughed out of the room. You know, you can thank me later for that one. We know what's going on because we're talking to the hottest deal makers. And it's all because of London Real Ventures. This is the thing, folks. It's the world's first media-powered investment firm. It's what happens when you take a media company with 1 billion views, 5 million subscribers, a 14-year history, and combine it with a venture capital company with $25 million in assets. You put these two together, magic happens. Magic that looks like this, our portfolio of companies. What you see here is the creme de la creme, the best of Web3, from decentralized finance protocols to AI on the blockchain to games, you name it, we've invested in it. Each one of these companies has the potential to become a $2 billion, $5 billion company, making all of my members filthy rich. And of course, we just passed a major milestone. We now invest over $21 million into over 100 different blockchain and AI deals. Folks, we're bigger than most funds in this space, right? People know us from our show, our media, our London Real, our movies. But in fact, we're bigger than most of the funds out there now, and we're just getting warmed up. One of the reasons we win is we invest with the big money. Names you've heard of like Coinbase Ventures, Warner Brothers Music, Andreessen Horowitz, Galaxy Digital, and we have huge wins on the back of it. And of course, recently I accepted the award for the Best Venture Capital KOL of the Year. KOL stands for Key Opinion Leader. And it was the industry as a whole recognizing that what we're doing, we're the best at what we do. Of course, recently in Dubai, I got awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Global Family Office Summit for our content and our investments. And look, the whole crypto world knows us because we put ourselves front and center. And so recently, when some punk kid was calling me out, I had to lace up those gloves and teach this kid some manners on Crypto Fight Night in Dubai. Of course, now, apparently he wants a rematch. It's happening in Singapore, October 1st. Get your tickets now. We think the greatest way to predict the future is just to go out there and create it. How many people like to live their life that way? Just go get some, right? If your hands aren't up, what are you doing on my call? You might as well get out of here with your bummer energy. I want people that want to come with me and change the world, make a boatload of money, have a good time, make lifelong friends, right? If I see something in the world that I don't like, I'm going to go fix it. I'm going to change it. And that's what we do here. And it all comes down to our value system. Our mission is to create a massive transformation of humanity into a fully empowered, conscious, and cooperative species. I want to give you your power and your consciousness back. I want to cooperate. We're unlike mainstream media, unlike big tech, unlike big pharma and big food. And that's why we've been so successful. But of course, a lot of you guys know that for me, it's not just business, it's personal, because I got these two fellows to look out for. All right. Cadence 9, Damon's turning 8 this month. And I'm worried about their future. I'm worried their banks are going to print so much money that anything they earn is going to be worthless. I'm worried that their transactions are going to be censored. I'm worried that AI-powered robots are going to dominate them. And so what do I do every day? I take risks so I can provide for them and protect them. So when they ask me in 10 years, Papa, where's our Bitcoin? I'm going to give them an answer. It's right here. I got you. Now, how many people here have people you're looking out for in your life? Anybody? If you don't, you will soon. Trust me, your parents are getting older. And as you get older, you have people that depend on you. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to give them excuses. Oh, I was too busy. I didn't have enough money. I'm going to give them results. And so for you, what is your why? Like, why are you here on this planet, right? Really think about why you're here. Whenever I have a tough day or a difficult moment, I just look at these guys. I'm like, that's nothing. Let's go, because I'm ultimately responsible to them. Folks, this is Michael Saylor. He's been on London Real twice, and he thinks Bitcoin is the apex property of the human race. He actually owns $70 billion of Bitcoin. He's buying another 40 billion right now. He thinks each coin is going to $13 million each. And he believes that AI and ETFs are going to power a decade-long gold rush for Bitcoin. You know what? When my students ask me, Brian, where do I get information about crypto? What websites do I go to? I always tell them, forget the websites. Go listen to the OGs. That's what I do all day on my show. And one of them is Michael. And Michael's going to tell you what it's like. And so this is Michael on London Real. And I think by listening to him, you can really learn a lot about crypto. And here's Michael.
We went from investing 250 million in Bitcoin to 425 million in Bitcoin to eventually $1 billion in Bitcoin to $2 billion in Bitcoin to just slightly less than $4 billion.
You said there are decades when nothing happens and there are weeks when Bitcoin happens.
So every decade there's some profound paradigm shift. It's such an out of the blue idea that no one can conceive of why you would even want it. What you've got is a lot of people questioning all their premises, and rising through that chaos is a new idea. What if I can encrypt energy? What if I can encrypt money such that nobody on earth, no government can debase it, no corporation can steal it? I don't trust anybody. I'm going to create a shared immutable ledger, incorruptible, immortal, transcendental ledger. If I can transfer $1 million of value from me to you without an intermediary, that means I have transcended the political realm.
You said, Brian, I like Bitcoin because it has low aspirations.
The idea of Bitcoin was, how do I create a protocol that's fair and equitable that I give as a gift to the world that no one can control? If you're going to do it and you understand thermodynamics, and if you have any sense of genetics or biology or physics, you realize you need to be very humble in your aspirations. How do we give the gift of property rights, freedom, and sovereignty and empowerment to everybody on the planet? The best idea 30 years ago was YouTube or Google Maps, Twitter or Facebook or email. I think the best idea for the next 30 years is digital energy. Everybody can own their stuff and nobody can take it away from them.
All right, we like Michael Saylor. You feeling those vibes? John, Sadama, Christopher? Yeah. Look, he's the man. All right. And I think we'll build a statue of him one day. Looks like somebody stole the Satoshi statue, Martini, in Switzerland and threw it in the lake a couple days ago. But they're going to have to rebuild that and stick one of Michael up there as well, because he really is a legend in the space. Look, when I think about Michael and what he says here, I've got a few takeaways. And that is this: crypto is encrypted energy. It's like literally walking around with a pocket full of energy because it's proof of work and it takes energy to create that money. No government can debase it. No corporation can steal it because crypto transcends money. It's the best form of money you've ever experienced, which means you experience life in a completely new way. Folks, if it wasn't obvious, 2025 is the year of crypto. You've already missed half of it. You're about to miss the whole thing because you're too scared to take action. And it's your chance to create that generational wealth, and you're going to miss it. Now, some of you are going to wait until the next bull run in 2030. I don't know who wants to wait that long. But the problem with that is that the markets are going to be dominated by the banks and institutions. BlackRock's going to run the show. And there's no way normal people like you and me are going to be able to make 20x, 30x, 40x, 50x. It's over. So you're literally looking at a very small window of opportunity, and you've got to take action or you'll be looking back on this. I don't know about any of you, but I missed making money in the dot-com era. I missed making money in the tech stock era. A lot of people did. I worked at some of those companies, but I missed it. So I waited 25 years for my next opportunity. I don't know about all of you, but 25 years from now, I'm going to be 80 years old and I don't want to wait. This is the time. You got to make hay while the sun is shining, and it's out right now, shining on your face. And yet most of you are climbing under the ground trying to hide from it. You've got to take action now. The reason I'm serious about it is because I know it's a way for you to create wealth. Unlike, you're not going to have any opportunity like this. And so you've got to get in there and pull the trigger. So how do we invest? Well, first you have to find the right thesis. That's really important. And I'll share that with you shortly. But there's one thing you're going to need that you're never going to find on your own, not in 1,000 years. And that, of course, is deal flow. The right deals that can really get you those massive returns, you're not going to find at some crypto conference, John Massey. You're not going to find them, Christopher, on LinkedIn. And Sudama, you're sure as hell not going to find them on X, okay? Those are the deals that are going to lose you all your money. Not just the money you put in. They're going to come for your house and your stock portfolio and your kids, and you're going to lose it all. I've seen it happen. But if you get the right deals, then that's how you're going to make the big money. And that's why I've spent the last 5 years of my life traveling the world to build the relationships that will bring you the deals that can change your life forever. And here's one of my first trips to Dubai. I'm meeting with the big influencers on the left, members of government, venture capitalists, big influencers. From there, I bounced to Paris, sat down with a private dinner with some of the biggest VCs on the planet, some of the hottest projects out there. Of course, I'm doing media, shooting documentary films, more VCs, more influencers. Then I'm back to London. Sat down with Yatsu, taped an epic episode, went to the Token 2049 conference, more influencers, more VCs, and then it's Austin, Texas for Consensus. There, I'm hanging out with celebrities like William Shatner of Star Trek, Alex Jones, my friend. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see a gathering of 14 members of our investment club. Can everybody see those people down there? Sudama, John, Christopher, you see them? Why are they having so much fun, John? They're all laughing. Why? It's because we're making so much cash, right? It's easy to smile when you're doing that. And we're also having fun. We love hanging out with each other. We're changing the world, making a boatload of money and lifelong friends. I mean, honestly, I don't know what else do you want. That and take care of your family. I mean, that's my bucket list. I'm done. And that's what we're doing here. From here, I went to Singapore. I'll be here in 2 months. And this is the place, folks. Asia is a huge part of this market. And you can see me here doing all my usual stuff and changing the color of my suit every day. This is not a filter. That's the white suit, the orange suit, the red suit, the pinstripe suit. I clearly have an issue with attention, right, John? I think my mom didn't give me enough attention, so I'm going to get yours instead. But the truth is that the more attention I get, the more deals I get, and the more money I can make. And so there is a method to my madness. Of course, from here, I was at Toronto at the Consensus Conference, hanging out with more big players. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see about 30 members of my investment club. And again, just getting together and really enjoying the time that we have. Of course, I always make it back to Dubai, where I'm on stage interviewing people, premiering some of my films, and of course, hanging out with the legendary CZ. Folks, this is how I source the deals that are going to make you wealthy. How else do we win? We have to invest with the best. What does that mean? Well, this is a number of deals we're going to look at every single week. I'm going to boil this down into 2, 3, or 4 pitches you're going to see on a Monday or a Thursday night. If you come on Thursday, you can see the next one, right? And you can literally look into the whites of their eyes and find out if it's something you want to put your money into. But there's more. You got to understand the financial tools. And I would say none of you do. You just don't. You go buy some random token on an exchange and you hope as you go to bed at night. That's not a strategy, okay? First of all, you got to have the right thesis. And we believe that early stage Web3, metaverse, and artificial intelligence investments represents the hottest opportunity on the planet. Why? Well, number one, you buy at super low valuations. Number two, you see the biggest gains possible. Number three, you invest in what I'm calling the biggest dislocation of wealth in human history. Yes, it's high risk, but the reward is even higher. And I'm talking about pre-sale tokens. Buying a token before it's available to the public. When it goes public, it skyrockets in price many times, and you reap the rewards. Nobody is teaching this, and no one in the world is giving normal people like you access to the hottest deals. We are. And of course, this is the example. How many people own Solana or have heard of Solana before? Christopher, you have. John, you know what's up. Sudama, you look pretty smart. Well, they did a pre-sale token. You never hear about it, but it's true. Can everyone see the red circle here? Do you see that? April 5th, that was the day. Anybody see the blue circle? 4 pennies. This information's on the blockchain. You can go look it up yourself if you want, but they don't want you to find it. What happened? You know what happened. $1,000 would have made you $5 million. Think about it, John. Go in and check in the bank account tomorrow, and it says $5 million. How would that change your life? Now, I don't know about you, but for me, Money equals freedom. Money means I can do what I want to do. Who here wants more freedom in their life? Anybody here? I think we all do, right? And it's the freedom to quit your job, the freedom to start your own business, maybe the freedom to give it away, maybe the freedom to put your grandkids through school. How about that, to go to bed at night thinking of that? That's pretty epic. And that's what we want to do here. We want to give you that freedom. Now, real quick question. Did anybody buy Solana at 4 pennies each? Anybody? John, I used to get people to raise their hand. I was like, really, bro? Right? I don't think anybody did. Now, why? Christopher, why? Let's just ask ourselves, why didn't you? I'll tell you why, because you didn't know someone like me. You didn't get a text message from Brian Rose on the morning of April 5th that said, hey, Christopher, I got this new company called Solana. You want to put $1,000 in here? I think it's going to do big things. Now, who here would have liked to get that text on April 5th, right? Might as well. You can delete it if you want. You can block me if you want, but you might as well see the deal flow. Well, you know, that's not a hypothetical situation, because that's what I do every single day. I send my community a text message with the latest deal. And this is my Telegram group inside the investment club. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe it's better if you can't. And it's got the link at the bottom. This is Crypto Nights. You click it, 30 seconds later, you're invested, you're done. It's that easy. My job is to give you access to the hottest deals on the planet, and you decide. That's the other thing, John. I don't tell you how to invest your money. I think that's an insult. You decide, right? You make the choice. I just try to give you as many choices as possible. And it reminds me of one of the great movies out there. It's a movie called Wall Street. And the lead character, Gordon Gekko, says the most valuable commodity I know of is information. Now think about it. He didn't say it was a stock or a bond or a bar of gold or a piece of real estate. He knew the right information at the right moment in time is how you can make $1 billion. How many people agree with Gordon? Most valuable commodity is information, right? That's what I deal in every day. That call last night that Paul was on, that's information, right? How many people 10 years from now would have killed to be on that call with that MIT professor with a patent on AI agents, with a call with Google Ventures tomorrow night, who's about to revolutionize the AI agent industry on the blockchain? We were there, right? We're going to get access to that deal, and you can make that decision. That's what we do every single week. And the reason we get that access, and Paul, you saw it last night, is because he wants our media, right? Did you see him get a little gaga at the end? Right? When I mentioned the media at the end, they're like, yep, that's exactly what we want, Brian. We need you to help us tell our story because we're terrible at it. Nobody knows who we are. Nobody can separate us from the noise. And that's the problem. Now, we listened to these guys for 45 minutes, and I think we were all thoroughly impressed. But if I had looked at their deck along with 10 other decks that I get every day, I'd have been like, oh, please, last thing I need is another AI agent deal in the bin. I would have thrown it away. And that's the problem. They need someone like us to magnify them. And that's the way I can get you these deals. It's really that simple. Folks, there's one last factor. If you want to create this wealth, you've got to pull the trigger. And quite frankly, none of you are, because I think you're in fear of these deals. You don't know what a pre-sale token is. It sounds really complicated. I'll do it later. I don't have the time. But that's the only way you're going to get to the next level. You've got to go into your fears. How many times of your life have you watched these amazing opportunities go by and let fear stop you from changing your life forever? And you know, this reminds me of one of the videos that one of my mentors used to play for me. And I always like to play this video because it's something that I think reminds a lot of us of ourselves, where we're there and actually we're looking at all of these possibilities in our life. And we're actually sitting there wondering, how come we are not taking advantage of these incredible opportunities? And so sometimes a meme or a metaphor tells you a lot more. And a lot of you are probably this lion here just sitting on the ground, right? Looking at all these opportunities go by, right, John? Right, Sudama? That one looks good. Maybe I should get that one. Wow, that would change my life forever. I could feed the whole family with that one. No, I'm scared. No, I'm tired. No, I just lost my job. No, I just got married. Just had a kid. Oh, no, maybe not that one. Man. And then someone else comes in and says, I'll take that 30X. That should sort me out for a long time, maybe 10 years. Now, what's the difference between the first line and the second line? Any difference? They're both hungry. They both got 4 paws, right? but one of them took action and the other one took excuses. Which one are you going to be this time? I think we've all been the lion watching things before. I know I have. This is the opportunity, folks. And when you pull the trigger, you get this. This is your reward. You know, these companies are incredible. They're going to change the game. And like I said, make my members filthy rich. And it's all because of London Real Ventures. This is the entity that brings the deals to you. Deals that normally would require $1 billion fund, you can get access for as little as $5,000 to invest. This is what brings everybody. And it's all down to my quadruple threat. This is what brings the CEOs with their deals. Number one is production. They come to my studio in London or Dubai. They sit down, 2 hours, 6-camera, high definition conversation. We make a beautiful piece of media that'll blow away anybody who sees it. Number two, distribution. It goes in the front of 5 million subscribers. Number three, connection. I introduce them to all the big names in the business. And number four, expansion. I write them a $200,000 check. I'm telling you, Christopher, I'm telling you, Paul, there's not a single person that can say no to this. Not a single CEO can say no to this. And that's how we get the deals. There's one last piece, and sometimes this offends people, but I got to just keep it straight with you. It's called London Real. I've been telling the truth for 14 years. I'm too old to stop. But the biggest problem that a lot of you have is you're not surrounding yourself with the best. How many people agree with this statement? You're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. How many people know that? John's nodding his head. He knows it. Sarah, I know you know it's true. Paul, you know it's true as well. And yet, as one of my mentors used to say to me, who are you hanging out with, Brian? Losers. That's why you're getting loser results. Now, these were the early days. You might be able to guess who that was if you've been watching my show for a while. And he was right. If you want to be a billionaire, you got to hang out with billionaires, right? If you want to be an Olympic athlete, probably better hang out with some Olympic athletes. And yet, who are you all hanging out with? Who's the 5 people in your group, Sudama or John or Christopher? You got a toxic family member in there that doesn't really believe in you, doesn't really want you to be successful. You got some old friends that are still living in the past, right? High school friends still acting like high school kids. You know, people that want to get drunk on the weekend and watch Netflix for 12 hours. Well, then how do you expect to get rich? By what? Watching crypto videos? Come on. Unless you change your peer group, you're not going to change your wealth. And this has been the story of my life. When I look back through the first 10 years of my adult life, I realized through whatever it was, luck or divine, countenance, I was pushed out of my comfort zone into peer groups that challenged me to be a better version of myself. Now, Brian on the left is 16 years old in San Diego, California, making minimum wage, and I would have stayed there unless I gotten into MIT. Right? Top picture, I'm graduating from MIT. I'm with the smartest people in the world. All right? Very hard to be there. They used to kick my butt, but I finally figured it out. From there, I took those grades at MIT and I got a job on Wall Street. And that's me on the right. That's probably September 1993. 33rd floor, Bankers Trust Plaza. There I was, surrounded by 300 alpha males and female traders, each making between $9 and $12 million a year. And you better stay out of the way, John. They'll knock you over. They'll push you over. They'll cut your tie off. They'll try to break your fingers with the phones. All that happened to me. But they taught me how to make a boatload of money. And 3 years later, I was making millions like them. Folks, this was not easy. If I had chose to stay with my peer group, I would still be in San Diego, right? And be really proud of my 68 Mustang, right? Or I could be on the way. What are you guys doing right now? Are you getting in a new peer group? Or are you still hanging out with the same people? Let me ask you a question, John. What if you told your friends after a call tonight, you see them tonight in the pub or maybe this weekend, and you say, guess what, guys? Maybe you had a couple drinks. I'm going to make $10 million in crypto with Brian Rose this year. What are they going to say, John? What are they going to say, Christopher, if you say that to your group? They're probably going to laugh, right? They'll be like, oh, Jesus, here comes Christopher about the crypto again. Oh, man, this guy, he's going nowhere, is he? Right? Your family's thinking, oh, man, here we go, right? These people don't believe in you. They want you to be successful as long as you're not more successful than them. They love you, but they love you just the way you are. And I'd say most of you are not going to be successful because you're not with the right people. How many people think I might be right here, right? There's a little something there, right? How many people have one person in your life that doesn't really contribute to your goals? Anybody got that? Toxic family member, a friend that's got the wrong priorities, right? That's a big problem. And that's why I created my investment club. So you can hang out with people like Marianne Bartels. All right. She's a 35-year Wall Street veteran, chief investment officer for Merrill Lynch, Bank of America. She's made her clients tens of billions of dollars. This is your new peer group. You can hang out with her every week on my calls. Now, what do you think John Mary is going to say to you when you tell her you want to make 10 million bucks in crypto this year? What do you think she'll say, John? She'll say, John, baby, $10 million. Why are you playing so small, John? Let's make 100 million. Let's make $1 billion over 10 years. Who wants to hang out with someone like that in your life? Pushes you to be the best. Now, I don't know about you folks, but how many more years you got on this planet? 20, 30, 40? For some of you, maybe less. Do you really want, when you're sitting there, when it's all over, to think, wow, man, I could have been so much better, right? What if I had just gone for it? What if I had been the best version of myself? Because deep down inside, you know you weren't. This is the kind of person you want in your life. She'll make you do things you never imagined possible, but you got to get around the right peer group. This is Tigran. He's one of America's top 100 criminal defense attorneys. This is your new peer group in the investment club. He's one of the most sought after litigators in the world. He was out in Beverly Hills recently, took Martini out to dinner with a bunch of our members, bought them all flowers. This guy moves different. All right. When you're hanging out with him, Saddam, at dinner, he's not talking about the game of the score on the football game. He's not talking about the next Netflix series. He's talking about the next $1 billion idea. Okay. It's not what these people do. It's what they don't do. Think about that. Right. All the things your current peer group, these people don't do that. They don't negative self-talk. They don't self-sabotage. They don't do dumb stuff. Okay. They create things. This is Andrew Haynes. He's our technical expert, can bring you up to speed on any blockchain, any protocol. Here he is getting his executive degree from a university in Switzerland. Again, just another member of your new peer group. This is Dr. Encore. 4 years ago, he was in medicine, took our crypto and DeFi academy that Paul's in, graduated, actually took our Kings of DeFi, graduated, was the founding member of the investment club. Hired him a year ago to source deals. He's one of the best in the business. This is your new peer group. I got 146 more of these people, John. I can't use some of their names here. They're famous. This is your new group of people that are going to take you to the next level. Or you can hang out with your current friends. How's that working out for you? That's what one of my mentors used to say. How's your program working out for you? That's what he used to say. And this is our family. These are some selfies I took behind the scenes of just us spending time with each other. And what you see here is, like I said, family, right? People that love being with each other. This is a private event I did in London with one of our portfolio companies, and we just love hanging out and taking everything to the next level. Folks, I believe your net worth is your network. How many people agree with that statement? Right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. And yet most of you would not even spend a dime to get in the right group of people. That's the craziest thing. You'll spend money on clothes and a conference and a car, but you won't pay money to surround yourself with billionaires to get you to the next level. Why? It's the single biggest factor in you creating wealth is who you're hanging out with. That doesn't even mention me and the CEOs. I'm just talking about the people in this group. And we've got that group of people. Folks, I believe you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. We teach people how to fish. I'm going to show you how you can evaluate any company and make a call. When I'm done with you, you're not going to need me anymore. You're going to be so good at this. We're huge fans of teaching. And that's why we created the investment club, because 4 years ago, we did our first crypto pre-sale token. It was a company called Cross the Ages, one of the hottest gaming companies in blockchain. And I'm not going to lie, it scared the bejesus out of me. All right. Here I had some crypto cowboy on a Zoom call, never seen him before. Now he wants $100,000 in stable coins sent to a wallet I never seen before. And I got 20 minutes. I'm like, bro, what are you, crazy? Like this, I need 2 weeks. He's like, you got 19 minutes left. And he was right. I was going to miss the deal. And it was a hot deal. And we made a lot of money. But I knew right there that if any of you try to do this on your own, you're going to get taken to the cleaners. Absolutely taken to the cleaners. And yet I was in this weird place because, Christopher, I also knew that this is the way you could create $5 or $10 million in one cycle. So what do? On one hand, it can kill you. On the other hand, it can save you. And I thought, wait a second, if we teach this and guide people through this, we could create more change through this wealth than every single video we've ever made at London Real. And that's what we decided to do. 4 years later, it's the greatest product we've ever created, the most money we've ever created, the greatest community, and the impact on the world is incredible. And here are the details. It's application only. We open up 10 spaces every quarter. There's only 3 or 4 left this quarter. And so I think I told my students last night in the Crypto and DeFi Academy, it's first come, first serve. Not everybody's going to be able to join. And that's what we do. We keep it small. It's 6 modules, 3 months of coursework. It's a 12-month program. But guess what? It's now become a lifetime program because no one's ever left. It's incredible, really. We do weekly live Zoom calls with top CEOs. We're actually now talking to 3-4 CEOs a week. Private Telegram group, you could access all the deal flow. And if you don't know crypto, if you don't know Bitcoin, no problem. We'll give you a full year of our Kings of DeFi program for free. Next live call, Thursday, 7 p.m. We teach this remote, people in 30, 40 countries. This is the syllabus. Module 1, I already sent you. What is a crypto pre-sale token? Module 2, what is a SAFT? Who knows what a SAFT is? Raise your hand. Not a single person. I mean, y'all should be embarrassed if you don't know what it is, because it's the reason you're not going to be able to create that wealth. You can look it up, but you don't. Like I said, maybe you're watching crypto videos. A SAFT is a simple agreement for future tokens. It's the legal document we sign that are going to create you millions and tens of millions of dollars. All right. I'm here to teach you this, but like, there's no excuses anymore because you have to educate yourself. Unfortunately, our schools teach us to be poor. There's no financial education out there, and that's why we're doing this. Module 3, how to identify early winners. I'm going to show you how to conduct pre-sale due diligence on any company. Module 4, how to generate new deal flow. I'm going to show you what conference to go to, what ticket to buy, what to wear, and how you can use QR codes on your phone to scan deals back to the group in real time. Module 5, how do we nurture these deals into multi-billion-dollar protocols? And Module 6, what do we do with all the cash? You're going to have so much money, you're not going to know what to do with it. I recommend you spend some, you save some, and you put the rest back in the deals, create wealth for your grandkids. There's our Telegram group, there's our Discord group, and here are the details, folks. We are oversubscribed. There are more people that want these than we have them available. That's been going on probably for about 4 quarters now. We kept it quiet for 2 years, but now everybody knows. They see the videos with the CEOs, they see the gains, and they want in. Like I said, Martini's very busy. The investment in the mentorship and the education and the community and the deal flow for the rest of your life is $50,000. And that gets you the hottest deals in the world. Now, look, I understand 50K is a significant investment. I used to make $6 an hour. I get it. But that one investment can bring you unlimited financial returns. And of course, it's your chance to take part in the greatest wealth creation event in human history that's probably going to end in 2 or 3 months, and it'll be a distant memory. And of course, our special investment opportunity, those 2 deals I showed you, are ending now. You're going to miss those 2. And those are 2 of our hottest deals. By the way, this was the deal you missed last quarter. This is a SAFT agreement, by the way. It's a legal document. Don't let it intimidate you. That deal was up 466% in 1 day. Now, why do I mention that? Well, if you had stopped with the procrastination and excuses and the fear and all the different objections you have, and put 10K on this deal, you would have paid for the course for the rest of your life. Imagine hanging out with Marianne and Tigran and Andrew and Dr. Encore for the next 10 years. Hell, you would get richer just by being around them. And yet you're going to come up with something. Some fear is going to stop you yet again in your life from doing the right thing. And that's the thing that kills me. Just kills me that you're one step away from changing that life forever. And you've seen our track record, folks. 20x in 20 days with Shrapnel, a $5 million profit. Skillful AI up 20x in the first day. Mochaverse 20x. Storia Protocol 22x. Our Cats 14x and our $1 billion fund 4x. How many more of these do you have to see before you realize it's really your choice? It's your brain that's stopping you. I think it's pretty clear what we're doing here. This is my pledge to my group. I'm going to create $10 billion for them in the next 10 years. And at this rate, it's probably going to happen in 5 years. Folks, we got amazing members. They're real people with real stories. If you go to our website, londonreal.tv/club, you can actually watch a video from every single one of these people and hear their whole story. They're going to rant and rave about the club. They love it. Carol says every member is both a learner and an investor. Joe said the window of opportunity is closing quickly, and he's right. You're going to miss this. This is Jerry. He's just honored to be part of the club, loves the vibe. This is Dr. Yvette. She's a single mom with 4-year-old twins. I mean, what's your excuse? She's got 4-year-old twins and she's pulling the trigger on 13 deals. I'm telling you, what's stopping you here? This is Jens. He says, how can you afford not to join us? You're going to come check us out on Twitter 6 months from now, and you're going to see the gains and you're going to be like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But it's going to be too late. This is Petya. She couldn't afford the club. Guess what she did? She joined anyways. She forced herself to find the money. You know what she did? She paid for the 50K, and now she's made 64 investments, 5K minimum. She was on the call last night. You probably saw her, Kate, right? Paul, you probably saw her. What did she do? She manifested the wealth, right? She deserves the gains. The rest of you don't. The people that are in fear, they don't. But the people that go into it, they deserve it. And that's the other thing people don't understand about the members of my club. You think they're these billionaires with MBAs and all these connections. No, they're poorer than you. They're stupider than you. They're less connected than you, but they have a better relationship with fear than you. And so they go through when you're still sitting there calculating everything on your spreadsheet, right? I say this because this is what my mentors have told me, all right? You're still analyzing it and the bull market's over. And Petya pulled the trigger and she's in at the finish line, laughing all the way to the bank. That's the difference between two types of people. This is Chris. He says the deal flow is beyond what I expected. Joining was the best decision I ever made. I love this story because Chris invests along with his 14-year-old son. His son walks over, puts $1,000 on the table. Dad puts in 4,000 and they do deals together. Pretty cool, right? And we have fathers and sons. We have mothers and daughters. We got husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends. We think it's really a family affair, the financial education. This is what Chris said.
What the London Real Investment Club actually does for you, it gives you the keys to open that door to the inside deals. In the last 3 weeks, I've participated in 3 incredible deals, a layer 2 Bitcoin protocol, an incredible AI protocol. The deal flow is beyond what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this that just gives average folks the opportunity to be behind the deals. And that's exactly what we've done. Not only that, you get to hang out with Brian Rose every week. And for me, that was huge because I look at Brian as somebody who's not only an expert in the space, and I think is on the leading edge, but just the leading edge of thought with London Real and the work he's doing there. To anyone who's taking a serious look at this, I know it's a big decision. It was a big decision for me and my family, and it is one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I wish you all the best and hope you come join us.
All right, we like Chris, feeling those vibes, right? Chris is amazing. Everybody in that club is amazing because we're not in competition, right? Everybody wins together, but they expect you to show up and they expect you to create that wealth. That's for sure. Folks, it only takes one. One of these deals can change your life forever. Get at least one on the balance sheet. All right, I think you need 5 to 8 of these deals before you go into this final cycle. And that's how you're going to set yourself up for the next bull run. Final thoughts. Don't let this year pass you by. You're about to miss this whole thing. I'm telling you, New Year's Eve is going to happen and you're going to be like, where did it all go? This is your chance to learn early stage investing now. What I teach you, you can use the rest of your life. Remember, liquid tokens you find on exchanges, they have limited gains. If you buy a token there, somebody like me has already done a 50x. You have to go to early stage deals. And of course, this is your chance to learn from active elite investors for only $50,000. You know, I know Dan Tapiero had billion-dollar funds. If you ask someone like him to sit next to him, learn the tricks of the trade, get access to all the deals for a measly 50K, he would throw you out of his office. He wouldn't do it for $500,000. No chance, right? So it's actually incredible value. And yes, it's a significant investment, but it gives you unlimited financial returns, right? And this is the one shot you can do it. And now, thanks to Martini, we have a payment plan. So 10K a month for 6 months gets you in. What does that mean? If you have limited capital, 10K and you're in, then you take 5K, you put it to crypto nights, 5K, one football, 5K snowball money, whatever, and you get tokens in the next 30, 40, 50 days, you're liquid and you're off to the races. This only happens now, folks. This is not going to happen in 26. This was not happening in 24. Right now is the peak of the bull. Right now is when we're seeing tokens issued right away. Right now is the best time to join. Remember what Warren Buffett said, the best investment you can make is in yourself. He's talking about getting in the right room with the right people, and none of you get this. None of you will pay money to be around the right people. You won't. You buy other things. But this is the single biggest determining factor with your future wealth, who you're hanging out with, period. And of course, only one way to join is Martini. She's very careful about this community, right? It's chosen. Every person is chosen to be part of this amazing group. It's one of the reasons we have such a great vibe and such a great group of people. But if you think this is for you, if you're sick and tired of this cycle that you've been in, of paycheck to paycheck, or stressed about money, and you just want to break out of this matrix that we all were placed in, well, that's what this is. This is the solution for that. But it's going to take guts. It's going to take bravery. Might even take a little anger to get out of it. But once you're out, you'll see it right away and you'll think, wow, why didn't I do this earlier? So book a call with Martini, but only do so if you're serious about joining now. Don't waste your time. I'd rather she spend her time on the people that are calling from the Middle East and in California and other places that have heard about this and want to get in. And of course, if you want just the basics in 4 weeks, you can join our Crypto and DeFi Academy. We've got a bunch of members here as well. And that's just going to take you from hero to zero in all things crypto. It's 4 weeks, 4 modules, invitation only, 8 hours of live calls with me, triple tiered accountability. You got a private group for posting assignments, the whole nine. And of course, you're pre-approved on this call with a 60% discount, leonardreal.tv/buy. Graduated thousands of students. It's a no-brainer, really. Folks, why? What is your why? I always think about this. Like, why do you do the things you do? For me and for a lot of people, it's for the people around them, you know? And so whenever I have a difficult day or whenever I want to take it easy or play it safe, I just look at these guys and I realize that's not what a good father does. That's not how I can provide. That's not how I can protect. I've got to go through the fear if I want to be a good father. What's important to you? You probably have people in your life. Maybe it's a wife or a husband or girlfriend or boyfriend or kids or parents or family members or a community. They need you to make brave decisions. All right. And if you don't, they're going to suffer. And I'm not giving my people excuses. I'm just not. So every day I go into the fire. Every day I try to go and do something that makes me really uncomfortable because I know no one's going to give you anything in this world. You're not going to be handed a damn thing. You have to go and take it. That's what you have to do. And digital assets is clearly the best way of doing that right now. And this is the opportunity where you can watch it pass you by like the lion and the wildebeest. Another one gone by, another one gone by. Somebody else is going to come in and take a bite. Question is will it be you? Folks, here's the video I promised, leonardreal.tv/bonus. Watch this. It'll show you what we're doing behind the scenes with crypto pre-sale tokens. And of course, join us on our next call on Thursday. Send Martini a message. She can get you there or go to leonardreal.tv/club call just to see a schedule of those. And that's it, folks. I'd love to answer any questions. Was that helpful for you here? John, did you get something out of that? Sidama, Christopher, nice to see you. Kate, I know you've seen a few of these. Connie, always nice to see you as well. Paul Webb, great to see you. If you got any questions, DM me right now. Of course, I always like to check in with Martini when she's here and not too busy. Martini, would love to get your thoughts. You've talked to thousands of people doing this. You've seen our whole new group of students in the DA. They're amazing. What do you think when you see people with this opportunity?
Yes, absolutely. Well, definitely great call today, Brian. And it was great to see everybody on the line here today as well. Hopefully everybody was able to pick up just quite a few gems that Brian dropped today. And you're right, Brian. I have had actually thousands of calls with people from all over the world and from different walks of life, different economic backgrounds, different whys, different all of that. But I would say that the common thread that everybody has is that they care. You know, they care about their families, they care about their futures, they care about the world, and they want to do whatever it takes to make a difference or to leave their mark in this world, and as well as making things easier for the generations to come. And with that, each and all of us know that it takes money to do that, right? And so we can't change the world with just Zen. You know, we can't pay the bills with just Zen. We can't just, you know, make a difference in this world with just Zen, right? It actually takes money to do that. And in order to do that, it takes you having to invest in yourself, to invest in your financial future, to invest, right? And so inside of the investment club, we've got well over 150 people from all over the world who understand that there is a reward for every single risk and every single investment that they make. And so if you are looking into doing something different and you're wanting to invest different and you're wanting to live different and you're really wanting to set up a different future for your loved ones, we want to support you in that. So I put some links inside of the chat below. The very first link is for you to go ahead and take a look at the Investment Club page. And that's going to give you a rundown detail of what the Investment Club is all about, what we stand for, where we see ourselves going together as a community for the next 10 years plus. And then also taking a look at the companies that we have invested in from the time that we started in January of 2022 all the way up until now. And once again, that common theme, that common word is care. So you'll get to see that these companies that we are investing in really care about the future. They care about the mark that they're leaving in the world. We're not investing in tobacco companies. We're not investing in alcohol companies. We're not investing in the bad AI that's supposed to be taking over the world. We're actually investing in companies that are really here, that are team human and really care about our futures, right? So take a look at that page and really take a look at what we stand for on the inside. When you are ready to go ahead and pull the trigger and join us now and start investing alongside us now, the very next step is to go ahead and schedule a call with me. But as Brian says, I only want to talk to people who are serious. Serious means that you're ready to join us now. You're ready to start investing alongside us now. And also, this is a time for us to connect to really see what you care about and what your intentions are and how we can best support you on the inside. So book a call only if you're serious. If you don't see a time that's available on my calendar, please be sure to go ahead and send me a private message on Facebook Messenger. That's always the fastest way to get me. Or you can send me an email at martini@londonreal.tv and let me know who you are, where you're from, and the best time to get a hold of you within your time zone, and we'll definitely make it work. And then the last thing, I know that Brian does an amazing job of explaining what the Investment Club is here on these master classes. And of course, you can definitely sense his passion and all that good stuff, but we want you to experience us in real time. So the very last link is for you to go ahead and join us on one of our live Investment Club calls that we host every single Monday and every single Thursday, where you'll get to see these companies that are here to change the world pitching their company over to us. You'll see Brian doing the Shark Tank style questions, and you will get to see how our amazing community comes together to invest in these early stage deals. And we're not just, about the money. We genuinely care about the future of every single member that's here. We care about each other's success, and we're really rooting each other along the way. And so you'll really get a feel of that as we are changing the way that investments are made. So that very last link is for you to go ahead and experience us in real time. So guys, really just take away today, what do you care about and what are you willing to invest in for the people who you care about? And let's have a different type of conversation. We hope to see you on the inside soon, and back to you, Brian.
All right, great stuff. Thank you, Martini. Give it up for this amazing lady and book a call with her. Don't be shy. The links are in there and just have a conversation. It's really the best thing to do. Look, I just can't emphasize enough how time is of the essence. We've been here for a long time, and I just had a guy named Michael Turpin in my studio a couple weeks ago, and he wrote a book called The Bitcoin Super Cycle. He's an OG in this space. And he's like, Brian, it's Thanksgiving. That's going to be the peak. He called Bitcoin 193,000, whether it's a little higher or a little lower, and then it's coming off. And 26 could be ugly. And so it's getting in, getting out, and then, biding the time until the next cycle. And there's just not a lot of time to waste. And so I would just say it's also, on the same note, an incredible opportunity, because we're not going to see the market skyrocket like we're going to see it happen in the next few weeks and months. And so you're at a weird place right now. If you wait, you'll miss it. But if you take action, you can get a part of it. And, it's weird because if you would have joined us a year ago, you still would have had to wait a year to get here. So it's still a great time to join. And it reminds me of that great Japanese proverb that asks the question, what's the best time to plant a tree? Has anyone ever heard this one before? Right? What's the best time to plant a tree? Connie knows, right? And the answer is 20 years ago, right? Because then you'd have this big, beautiful tree. But if you didn't plant it 20 years ago, you know what the best time is besides that? Today, right? And that's the best way to think about this. So yeah, you could have bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, like I did, for $100 each, but you didn't. But you can buy it today. And if you look forward 20 years from now, you'll be thankful to the person that decided to pull the trigger. And that's what we're doing here, folks. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. I really appreciate y'all coming on. Appreciate your cameras on and the vibes always keep me going here, which is amazing. And look, book a call with Martini. Join us on one of our calls on Monday or Thursday and come see the Shark Tank at work. Join us in the Crypto and DeFi Academy. It's amazing. And of course, the Investment Club is the obvious no-brainer. There's only a few slots left for this quarter, and then you'll have to wait probably till that resets in October. And first come, first serve. And we look forward to seeing you on the inside. So that's it, folks. Lots of love. Get out there, get involved. All right, bye. The mass scale transformation of humanity, the fully empowered, conscious, and cooperative species. It's something we live and breathe. We have a mission here. We want to help build the decentralized finance infrastructure of the future. What is your mission?
Hey, it's Brian Rose from London Real. How would you like to join my investment club, where I teach you everything you need to know about early stage token and equity investments? Look, right now is one of the greatest times to invest in human history. We've got AI happening. We've got the metaverse that we built on AI, and all of this needs the blockchain, which is what we specialize in here. In my investment club, it's a 12-month program, 3 months of coursework where I teach you all the basics.
I want to talk about how capital isn't enough, and I want to talk about how you can upgrade your arsenal of influence in a variety of ways.
I teach you how to do basic due diligence. I teach you how to go to a conference and come back with 10 deals.
Just go in, bam, 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 bam.
This is super exciting, and we're able to do this here at London Real because I speak with some of the greatest guests on the planet. We have an amazing network, and we also have a structure to actually invest money in these deals.
Just as a strategy in your business, just keep it simple, especially the first time you do it, but do it at the same time.
I'm telling you, this is an incredible opportunity. I've got the best community in the business right now, 75 people from around the world in over 20 countries that are alongside, all investing together. And you can learn and network with the best in the business.
No decision is much worse than a no. Something, action, action, action. The clock is ticking.
If you're interested in this, click a link below and set up a call with one of my team. They'll walk you through what's happening, the opportunities, the requirements. But I plan on working with this group for the next 10 years, and we're going to do massive things here. And I hope you are a part of it. Click on the link and let's do this.